That's crazy, huh? And I'm sure you've done probably a million shows since then.
Yeah.
A million appearances.
Yeah.
New album and everything.
New album and everything, man.
Finally!
Finally famous.
Finally famous.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's great. Great week. Great everything, man, for me. When the day came out, I was in Vegas. Flew my whole family out, man. My mom, my dad, my brother. I think I cried in my mom's arms for like 15 minutes, man.
Shut up, for real?
Straight up, man, because she's been paying for my studio sessions since I was 12. I was
Right.
giving her money. She's been going broke, man, so it was like...
How did you convince her to keep paying for it?
Man, it was just what I wanted to do, and she like supported that dream. She nurtured it.
Okay,
Man. My mom,
okay.
so shout out to my mom for being a real G.
Right.
Detroit, man, it's hard coming out of the D.
No doubt. I ran into some ladies from Detroit the other day during Essence, and I was like, "Well, I gotta bring Big Sean with you." And they started laughing, but they said you've been doing your thing out there and popping it off out there for a while.
Yeah, I've been doing it, man. Just building my movement through the mixtapes, through my city, and just going hard, man. And it's tight to always see the progression and see it paying off from going to not even being mentioned at Def Jam at my label to being one of their main priorities, you know what I'm saying? So I work my ass off for that, man, and I'm just happy. I just remember when I graduated, like I said, I told the same story when I graduated high school. My teacher told me I was throwing my life away and told me I was stupid. I hope she saw the BET Award.
Hey, my man Bushman is out there in Detroit.
Yeah.
So did radio?
Bushman, that's my homie.
Radio support you early out there?
Yes.
They
took
did.
A long ass time though.
So how did you get them to like understand?
I went up in there and was like, man, y'all gotta play my record. And my DJ Mo Beats worked at JLB.
Okay. Right.
Trying to tell them, and they was like, all right, we'll meet with them. And I met with them, and it was like, man, can y'all add my song to rotation? And they was like, I'm like, man, I'm signed to Kanye. I'm this, I'm that. I got a buzz, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And it was like, okay. And then they played the song, I think, like one time. And then they kept their ear to the streets, and Mo Beats kept talking to them. So then they started throwing some songs off my mixtape in like rotation on Clear Channel. Right. You know what I'm saying? So.
Which was huge. Right.
And then from there, they just been throwing early on. They just be throwing all my songs in there.
Now, how did Kanye find out about Big Sean?
Man, I was at a station like this. Downtown Detroit, man, I was doing this show called Friday Night Cypher every Friday, where MCs would come and battle each other, and whoever would win the battles would get to spit a verse on air every Friday night. So it was great promotion. I was selling CDs in high school, so this was like perfect.
Hustle man cometh, huh?
Right, so as soon as my grandma got me my car when I was 16, I started doing that. I got a great relationship with the station, did that for like a year straight.
Right.
So when I was cashing my $120 check between my junior and senior year, because I was a telemarketer and that job was whack as hell.
Right.
My homie hit me and was like, yo man, you listening to the radio? I'm like, no, I'm in the bank, what's up? Man, Kanye at the station. Yo man, if you go down there and rap for you, man, if you rap for him, if he heard you, he'll sign you, cuz. I'm like, man, you sound dumb as hell. And I thought about it for like 12 seconds and was like, man, that's a great idea. So I walked out the bank without cashing a check, got down there. Since I've been doing that show, they let me in the offices.
Right.
That show was every Friday night. This was Saturday, so I lied and said I left my phone in the office. So I got back there, and then I got past the security guard, past his road manager. I guess they thought I worked there. And was like, yo, I'm an aspiring rapper, man. I do this show every Friday. Can I rap for you? He like, man, I ain't got time. I gotta go. I'm like, man, I ride to school listening to you, like my hero, man. Just let me spit something.
Right.
He like, all right, man, you gotta spit 16 bars, which is like a verse. You gotta spit 16 bars while we walking out the station. Go. So I started rapping. As soon as we got to the entrance/exit at the station, he stopped and was like really feeling it. He was bobbing his head. He was like ad-libbing it, like, oh.
Right.
So that 16 bars ended up turning into like 10 minutes, man. And that was the initial contact. He took my CD. Kanye one of the realest, man, so he listened to it, and, that's how the initial contact started, but even after that, it took a couple of years.
Long time.
I gave up everything, man. I graduated school with a 3.7. I was ready to go to Michigan State, have all the fine-ass girls busting it open for me in my dorm room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And get high off life.
Of course. Life is a great thing,
with that
right?
college, like, man, I gave it all up. I was admitted and everything, gave it all up just for the possibility of maybe signing to him, and it all worked out, man. And you know, I'm just happy I could look back, man, and I say I wish I would've, could've, should've did anything.
Right, man. You know, Kanye was here in New Orleans this past
Yeah,
Saturday.
he told me.
Tell your boss.
Yeah.
He killed the stage.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was talking to him
man.
because we were shooting a video for our next, to the song Marvin and Chardonnay.
It's a hot song, by the way.
For Roscoe Dash, so that's the next song, by the way. So
Right.
just giving you guys the hint.
Little plug there.
Right, so anyway, he was like, man, I was up in New Orleans. I told him I was about to go there. He was like, man, I had 60,000 motherfuckers rocking.
Right.
Black people.
Right. And you know what? When I said it was a lot of older cats in there that normally kind of say, oh, rapper this, rapper that. That was in there throwing up the rock and stuff. I'm talking, it was crazy. Like he comes down off of this 50-foot pedestal and walks through the crowd like he won the Super Bowl, and man, he just commanded the stage. It was beautiful. It was a 101 for artists to understand how to rock stage.
Man, he's powerful, man, and he's a perfect example of you can't ever beat a hit. No matter what you go through, you got them classics, man. All Falls Down, Touch the Sky, Stronger, Can't Tell Me Nothing. These are songs
Gold
like
Digger,
Good Life, Gold Digger.
I think they went hardest over Good Life. Good Life, it was crazy, and Through the Wire too. It was just obviously his real first big hit. You know what I'm saying? To touch radio.
Man, he's just an inspiration. I was talking to him about it, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get to that level. He's like, man, you got time. You got one hit so far, man. You got one.
And you know, we talked about it in L.A., man.